All right, this is a good example of what you might see on geometry homework, and also this type of question you might see on SATs, ACTs. Basically, they're asking you for information, but they also give you some information. And geometry is all about using information you know, using something you know about a triangle or some kind of angle or some other kind of shape, and using that to get the desired information, the unknown information, right? The unknown angle in this case. They're looking for this angle, obviously. All right, so what do we know? Well, we can see that there's an angle we know here. We can see these hash marks. We can see this right angle here. All right, well, let's look at this triangle first. What kind of triangle is it? You'll remember from grade school, middle school, that this is an isosceles triangle. We can tell because these hash marks right here tell us that this line segment and this line segment are congruent. Whenever you have two sides of a triangle that are the same, you have an isosceles triangle, which means that this angle and this angle have to be the same. They're opposite across the triangle from the sides that are the same, and so those angles have to be the same. Let's look at this intersection right here. So I've got an interior angle of the triangle here and an exterior angle. We know the exterior angle is 70 degrees. We know also that this is a line, so they have to add up to 180. If they add up to 180 and one of them is 70, obviously 180 minus 70 is 110 degrees. So we know that is 110 degrees. So what about these other two? Well, what do we know about the angles of a triangle? They have to add up to what? They have to add up to 180, just like a line. So in the same manner that these two angles add to this angle to make 180, this angle also adds to this angle to make 180. So what that means is, going forward, you can always remember, if you have a triangle with one exterior angle shown and you're either given or asked what that exterior angle is, that exterior angle is the same as these other two interior angles added together. So in this case, those interior angles that we weren't given have to add up to 70 degrees. They have to, because they're both supplementary with this 110 degree angle, just like that exterior angle is supplementary to that 110 degree angle. So if they're adding up to 70 and they're the same, that means that each of them is half of 70, which is 35 degrees. So they are each 35 degrees. So now we can move over to this triangle, and we know that if I have crossed lines like this right here, I know that the opposite angle here is a vertical angle, so it's the same as that one, 35 degrees. So now we know a couple of things about this triangle. So first of all, again, we're looking at a triangle where we know two of the angles and we're looking for the other exterior angle. So just like over here on this triangle, those two interior angles we know, 35 and 90 degrees, because we're given that this is a right angle, we know that's 90. Those add up to the one we're looking for. So what's 35 plus 90? 125. 125 degrees is the angle we're looking for. So what did we do? We used information we're given, information we know already about different triangles, different angles, supplementary angles, angles in a triangle, and vertical angles. We knew something about this triangle because of this right angle indication there, and we used all that information, we put that together, and we came up with the answer. That's what geometry is. We know something about what they're giving us, and then they're asking us something else about it, and we have to use what we know to get what we're looking for.